Good morning. Switch in your pod. All right, here is your pod link. Let us hope that it works today. Now, last week it did not work very good. Has anybody logged in? I see somebody's already logged into Nearpod. Did the link work? Here's my preview in the Nearpod. All right, is the link working? Link is working? Huh?
It definitely did.
All right, yes. That's good news. We've got 4 minutes till we begin. So everybody's logging in. That's good. Okay. Right. Is everybody getting ready for spring break in 1 week?
I'm excited.
Plans?
Like, I don't even have a calendar, so I forgot that spring break was even a thing.
We're
Yeah.
going to water park this spring
Honestly,
break.
I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a thing for sure.
We're going to a water park this spring break.
Oh, good. Which water park?
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, the suspense.
I want to try that Volcano Bay one of these days, but I want to, maybe get skinnier first.
Honestly, I can understand that.
Me too.
Bro, I'm already skinny enough. I'm like a toothpick.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
good.
that for sure.
It was a toothpick once upon a time. It's been a long time.
I was never a toothpick, I don't think.
Sadly. I was chunky
Yeah.
as a baby, though. It's like when I grew older, the baby me was kind of like, you know what? I don't feel like, like becoming a child. I feel like staying a kid.
Yeah. So besides water parks, is anybody going anywhere else? Cruises, trips out of state, anything like that? Exciting?
Probably
This
not.
summer, we're going to West Virginia.
Honestly, for me, probably
Nice.
not.
Probably what? Someone said
For
something.
me, probably not. I don't know. I'm gonna probably just be at my house the whole time, which is
Thank
fine.
you.
We have Universal passes and I'm debating whether or not to go to Universal over spring break. I don't know if that would be full party or not. Maybe we
Yeah, I
get
don't
there
know
really
either.
early in the morning.
This summer, I'm
sounds
going to West
cool.
Virginia.
West Virginia, that's a nice area.
I haven't even been to like North Carolina, let
I've
alone
been to
out of
South
the freaking.
Carolina.
Well,
I've been to South Carolina.
I've been to Texas before.
You've been where?
That was in like
I've
2020
been
though.
to
Not
Texas.
gonna lie.
I've been to Texas too. That took us 2 long days. It felt like to drive through Texas.
my dad
I'm gonna
was
visit
in,
my
I think
dad
it
for
was
my summer.
I'm sorry, someone said something about summer. Monica, what did you say?
I said my dad went to Texas one year without me for some exotic reason.
Exotic reason.
A break from the
There-
kids. That's
There
the
are parts of
reason.
Texas that are really, really interesting. I've always wanted to go to San Antonio and see the Alamo and things like that, but haven't done that yet. The only time I was really in Texas was just driving through it. So,
He went
All
there
right.
and I'm just like, did you enjoy yourself? He's just like, yeah, I did. I'm just like, you are no longer my friend.
Dang.
Well, now, even though we have spring break coming up next or a week after next, definitely you want to stay on target for what we're doing in the class and your other classes as well. Not just mine. So that when you come back, it's not overwhelming. I wanted to bring up an idea real quick before we get into our live lesson. And that is, in the month of May, all of you guys are going to have a lot of testing. You're going to have your reading test and your math test that you've got to do on our campus. But some of you, like if you're in 8th grade, there's an 8th grade science test you've got to do. And you got to be there for that. If you're in civics, there's a civics test. You got to be there for that. And then what's another one? Well, EOCs, if any of you are taking Algebra 1, any of you smarties out there, that there's an EOC for that too. Or geometry, if you're in the super smart. So anyway, so there's lots of EOC. So what I wanted to point out is some people will have 4, maybe even, well, I think just 4 face-to-face tests in the month of May. And that can be really disruptive towards your classes that you're doing right now. So I was going to put forth the idea that if you look at your PACE chart and see, most of the time I have you guys doing like 1 assignment a week, right? But if you could look at your PACE chart and say, okay, can I do 2 assignments? And if you look at what you've got for the week, you may want to try to finish by the end of April. If, that's not going to work for everybody, but for some people it might work. For some people can get that done and well. I don't want to see anybody's grades drop if that happens. But I'm going to put the link in here. I see 12 people are logged in, but there should be 16. Anyway, yeah, so, just an idea, think about it, ruminate on it, and decide if it works for you, okay? All right, I put the link in the chat box. Everybody should be in Nearpod now. I see 12 people are in Nearpod, but there should be 16 of you in Nearpod. So 4 of you, if you're having trouble with the link that I put, if for some reason the link isn't working for you, go to nearpod.com and put in this code, AST73. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is lesson 3.8. All right. So our objectives for this lesson, we're going to learn how to prepare our house for a party, understand descriptions of how to prepare for a party. We're going to go over vocabulary regarding parties. We're reviewing our AR, ER, and IR verbs because that's something that we're doing forever and ever, and some people struggle with that. Listen to simple conversations and answer questions about preparing a house for a party. Compare food and house preparation. Reading strategies, and read a simple story and answer questions about that. These are our Florida state standards, which are also very similar to the objectives. And before we get started in lesson 3.8, let's review lesson 3.7. So in lesson 3.7, we learned about different parties, like for birthdays, La Quinceañera. Remember when girls turn 15, they have a special birthday party, weddings. We also learned about clothing words. Who remembers the word for sandal? Sandals.
Sandilia?
Sandalias, right. That's, just a wild word there. But we learned about pants, pantalones. We know about, what's the word for dress? Does anybody know what the word for dress is?
Las Bertas.
The dress would be vestido. Okay. So we also learned about shopping places. We know that in Madrid, Spain, there's a place called El Portal del Ángel, which is a big shopping place. In Barcelona, they've got El Mercat de Sant Josep de la Boqueria, which is also called Las Ramblas, a series of 5 streets that are all about shopping. Pretty cool. New York, we've got Fifth Avenue. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna have to step away for 1 second. My a door just slammed in the house and it's just me and the cat. Hold on just a second. All right, nothing serious, folks. It was just air pressure. Slammed one of the doors. Okay. All right. No ghosts or anything else. All right. So we also learned about signs in Spanish. We learned about salida, which is exit, entrada, entrance, abierto, open, cerrado, closed. Ale is pull, and empuje is push. So, you know, you're either going to pull the door towards you or push it open. We learned some more food words and using costar to say what things cost. Now, remember, costar can only be used 2 ways. It's either cuesta or cuestan. Okay. So it's, I mean, it can be used other ways, but we're talking about the cost of items. So, you know, 1 item would be cuesta. 2 items would be cuestan. Okay, so you want to know plural, singular, plural. We learned about the money in different countries, which, you know, if you don't have that memorized, that's not the end of the world, but you may want to go back to lesson 307 if you forgot some of your money. And our numbers, we went from 0 to 1,000. Remember, 0 is cero, 1,000 is mil, and in between, we've got a whole lot of numbers. So remember to review a bit more if you're having trouble with that. Okay, so today we're learning a little bit more about the rooms of our house and different things in those rooms. Okay, so we've got el comedor is our dining room. El baño is the bathroom. La cocina is the kitchen. And la sala is the living room. This would be a really good. There's no bedroom here. That would be a very small house with no bedroom. Maybe it's a studio. Okay. Let's go over these words. La cocina, you might want to say it to yourself, even repeat, you know, la cocina, kitchen. Mi mamá prepara la comida en la cocina. La estufa, stove. Mi mamá cocina arroz y frijoles en la estufa. My mom cooks rice and beans on the stove. Barrer, to sweep. Me gusta barrer, I like to sweep. Now, if I wanted to say I sweep, I would take off the letters ER and I would replace it with the letter O, barro, I sweep. Remember when you have 2 R's together, you've got that R sound. I like to call it the motorboat sound. Okay, el refrigerador. When an R is at the beginning of a word, we have a R sound as well. El refrigerador. A lot of people get hung up on this. My husband did when he was first learning Spanish, so much so that he started sleepwalking and he scared his roommate half to death because in the middle of the night, he picked up his little alarm clock, which was blowing, and he held it over his roommate and he said, refrigerador, refrigerador, refrigerador. And his roommate thought he was crazy. So yes, my husband sleepwalks. Okay, this one, el refrigerador es grande. Refrigerator is big. Cocinar, to cook. No me encanta cocinar. I don't love to cook. Well, I actually like to cook when I'm in the mood. Okay, we have some different words. Remember, también se dice, so like la estufa, stove, can also be called el fogón. Now this el fogón has a reference to like a fire. When I lived in Chile, I knew some people that had outside ovens. And basically they would carve like a hole in the side of the hill and they made it into an oven. And that's more of a fire, so el fogón would be more appropriate. El refrigerador is sometimes called la nevera or la heladera or el frigorífico in Spain. Barrer, to sweep, is sometimes called escobar. Like a broom might be la escoba. All right. Ojo, this means watch out, okay? Says la cocina and y cocinar, the kitchen and to cook. Look very similar, but they don't mean the same thing. La cocina is the noun, that's the kitchen. Cocinar is the verb, which means to cook. So make sure you don't get confused. La cocina es bonita, the kitchen is pretty. Me encanta cocinar, I love to cook. Okay, remember one's a noun and one is a verb. Any questions on that? Okay, we are going to do a little quiz here. And when we're done, we're going to talk about our answers. So I see 16 of you signed in to Nearpod. There should now be 20 of you signed in. So if you're not in Nearpod yet, here's the link again. Please sign in and do your quiz, okay? And for those of you who are having trouble getting in, that is the code if you need to go to nearpod.com. Mason, here's the code for Nearpod. Right now we're going to click. I'm going to take it off screen share for just a second. Okay, and see how everybody is doing. I see people busily working, but I should have 21 people signed into Nearpod, and I only see 16. This is part of your participation. See, Landon, Lacey, Xavier, need to get started on the quiz. Okay, many of you are already done, so we're going to go over these. Okay, and you guys are going to tell me which answer you think was the right one. According to this picture, is it la estufa, la cocina, cocinar, or barrer? Yes, Lorelai?
La cocina.
La cocina, very good. Okay, according to this picture, is it barrer, comprar, cocinar, or bailar? Okay, Lorelai got the last one. Let's see if we can get someone else to answer.
Is it barrier?
Barrer, very good. Yes, to sweep, right. Okay. Now, what is this lady doing in the picture? Is it comprar, bailar, cocinar, or barrer? Okay, Lorelai?
Cocinar.
Cocinar, right. She's cooking something. Okay. Now this looks like a stove. Very fancy one. Okay. Let's see if someone else will answer. Give someone else a chance there. Lorelai, I know you
The stove.
got them. What, Xavier?
The stove.
It is a stove. Which word? A, B, C, or D? Is stove. Is it cocina, comedor, estufa, or refrigerador?
El estufa.
La
Sí.
estufa, right, C, la estufa, very good. All right, and then the next one. That's a refrigerator. I hope you would all get 100% on that one.
A.
It is A, el refrigerador. Remember, refrigerador. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next little bit here. We're going to learn about la sala en tu casa. Okay. Sala is living room. Okay. And says you have to comprar los muebles. Muebles is furniture, like in general. Muebles is just any kind of furniture. Okay. So says, do you decorar la casa for each celebration? Decorar is to decorate. That's kind of what it looks like. It's a cognate. Okay. Tal vez tu mamá necesita comprar el sofá, la alfombra o la lámpara para decorar la casa. Maybe your mom needs to buy a sofa. La alfombra is the rug, la lámpara or the lamp to decorate, para decorar la casa, to decorate. Okay, so let's look at some words. And let's see here, we've got la sala, living room. La sala de mi casa es bonita. The living room in my house is pretty. El comedor, dining room. Tu comes en el comedor, you eat in the living room. La alfombra, rug. La alfombra de la casa es grande. The rug in the house is big. Los muebles, furniture. Los muebles son marrones. The furniture is brown. La lámpara, lamp. La lámpara es moderna. The lamp is modern. Hey, you know, I still only see 17 people here in Nearpod instead of 21 that should be. So I'm just letting you guys know that. Okay, so Lacey, you were in. I thought you were already in there. Yeah, you're in there, Lacey. I see you in Nearpod. Okay, and I'm just checking here with everybody. Okay. Yeah, so you gotta use the Nearpod link one more time. And if for some reason you can't use the link, then you go to nearpod.com and use this code AST73. Okay, yeah, that happens. Sometimes there's little glitches on it, but we'll try it next time, okay? All right, so here's another short quiz. Mi casa es pequeña, pero bonita. En la blank, yo leo un libro. So I'm going to take it off screen share so I can see how everybody's doing. And I need you guys to do this. Now, those of you who aren't yet signed in the Nearpod need to get in because it's part of your participation. Okay, I see people busily getting these. I tried to give you only 3 options on your question, on your answers, possible answers. Okay, so let's look and see here. We've got several people who haven't started the quiz yet. Remember that when you're doing the quiz, once you put in an answer, then you press the next button on the bottom. Okay, some of you have finished the quiz. Xavier, Gerardson, and Caleb, go ahead and get started on the quiz. I see 18 people are now in Nearpod. We still need a total of 21. Okay, I'm going to share your answers with you. Now I'm gonna go to here. Okay, so now you should all see this. Mi casa es pequeña pero bonita. En la blank, yo leo un libro, and the picture is a hint. Is it cocina, sala, or comedor? Who wants to tell us what the answer is? Don't be shy. You can tell me in the chat too if you feel more comfortable using the chat. Okay, Cassidy says la sala, which is correct. Right. The next button. La blanca de la casa es blanca. What is that, Lorelai?
Alfombra.
La alfombra, the rug, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Los blank usados no cuestan mucho. Is it comedores, muebles, or fuentes? Amare?
B.
Mueblas. Or
Muebles, right. Yeah,
Muebles.
furniture, that's right. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Ruby come en el blank.
Comedor. I think that's how you say it.
Comedor, that's right. She's eating in the dining room. That's where I make my grandkids eat. Sometimes they sneak. Okay. Yes, Lorelai. Did you hand up, Lorelai?
For the answer.
Oh, okay.
It is lámpara.
La lámpara, right. And remember that accent gives us, that tells us we have to put emphasis right there. So la lámpara es modern. It's a modern lamp. I tried to find a really modern one. I would not pick that for myself, but some people love it. Okay, let's look at some more vocab. Okay, we've got some chores now. Los quehaceres is our word in Spanish for chores. Lavar la ropa, to wash the clothes. Planchar la ropa, to iron clothes. Now, if I wanted to say I wash the clothes, what would I need to do to the verb lavar? How would I say I wash the clothes? Lavar would become what? Take off the letters AR. What ending should I put on there? And say I wash the clothes.
Wouldn't you like put like a O at the end?
That's right. So you want, what would the word be?
Lavaro,
We got to take out the AR. So,
Oh.
so instead of lavaro, it's
lavo,
lavo. That's right. What we do the same thing with planchar. Take off AR. And what's the name for yo again?
plancho.
Plancho, right? Now, what if I was saying he or she washes the clothes? Instead of lavo, it would become, what ending do we need for he or she? Remember, for AR verbs?
A maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, the letter A. So lava la ropa, or plancha la ropa. Okay, so it's important to know your verb endings. If I want to say you wash, I would use AS, lavas la ropa, or planchas la ropa. All right, here's some more chores. Pasear el perro, to walk the dog. Limpiar el baño, to clean the bathroom. Now, you have a quiz for this lesson, and in the quiz, there's an essay section, and it talks about chores for inside chores and outside chores. Walking the dog is definitely an outside chore, right? Okay, and some people get thrown off because there's a vowel before the AR here. So take off the AR, ado, paseo, I walk the dog, or you walk, paseas, or he or she walks, pasea. Limpiar, take off the AR, limpio el baño, I clean the bathroom. Or limpias, you clean. Or limpia, he or she cleans. Awful. Okay, so when we were learning about school supplies, we learned that la carpeta means folder. A lot of people look at la carpeta and they're like, carpet, but it's not, it's a folder. Okay, la alfombra is carpet. So it's good to know that these are two very different things. And a lot of people get hung up over them. More words. Now we're learning our bathroom words. El baño, the bathroom. El baño está a la izquierda. The bathroom is to the left. La bañera is a bathtub. La bañera es pequeña. The bathtub is small. El inodoro, toilet. El inodoro es blanco. The toilet is white. You know, years ago, I don't think you can find it too often now. Years ago, like in the 1970s, 1980s, people would sell black toilets or red toilets, or I mean, just weird, you know. Now, if you see a toilet that's not white, it's usually because it's from the 1970s or 80s and probably should be replaced. La ducha, shower. La ducha está a la derecha. The shower is to the right. Limpiar, to clean. Tienes que limpiar el baño. You have to clean the bathroom. All right, so we have some cognates like decorar, to decorate, preparar, to prepare, el sofá, sofa, or couch. Okay. But we also have some words that are different in different countries, like la bañera for bathtub. In Mexico, it's called la tina. And in Argentina, it's called la bañadera. In el inodoro, the toilet, is also called el váter or la taza in Mexico, not to be confused with a cup, but it's actually bath or excuse me, toilet. And in Spain, they call it el retrete, el retrete. So lots of different words that could be used instead of inodoro. Now we're gonna do a little bit of matching. I think you guys do like matching. Hope you do. A little different than a quiz. Let's go ahead and do the matching and see how you do. I didn't put any pictures on these. Take this off screen share. Okay, so I see some of you are really going to town on this, and some of you have not started. I'd like to see you all doing this. And we have 19 people that are doing this in Nearpod, and one person's not yet in Nearpod. So if you're not in Nearpod, log in. Isabella, Landon, Lacey, Gerardson, Caleb, are you guys having trouble with the matching? It's not letting you match it. I think you just click on it to get it to work. Okay, some of you are already there. All right, let's match it together. All right. Limpiar, what does limpiar go with?
Let me see. To clean.
To clean. Down here, to clean, so that's a match. El inodoro, what does that go
Toilet.
with? Toilet, I'm here, okay. To cook.
Mm.
Cocina.
Cocinar. I can't, oh, there it is. Okay. El refrigerador.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator, right. Shower.
La douche. I don't know.
La lucha, right. To sweep.
Barrer.
There, okay. La bañera. What is la bañera?
Bathtub.
Bathtub, okay. La cocina,
Kitchen.
kitchen. Furniture. Lorelai,
I do believe it's muebles.
right, los muebles, okay. La estufa,
Stove. The stove.
so living room,
La sala.
La sala.
la sala, and we know that baño is bathroom because it's the last pair. Okay, very good. All right, now we're gonna practice a little bit more. Okay, now this is more with verbs. Okay, mi mamá blank en la cocina. What does she do in the kitchen? So I'm going to stop my screen share. And you're all now in your pod, yay. And I'm gonna see who's doing what. And then we'll go over it when we're all done. There's 8 questions, so I need you all to participate in this. Do your best. And we'll go over it. You haven't started the quiz. You start, do your best. Looks like a lot of people are having troubles with the first one, but Noah and Andrew, I can see you've got the first one right. Careful of you are getting the other ones right too. Andrew and Annika are going to town on this. Noah's almost done with it too. And Lorelai. Okay, Landon, Lacey, Xavier, Edardson, Caleb, are you guys all having troubles with this? Still not letting you. That is weird, Lacey. I wonder if there's a, when we're done with this, let's see if there's some sort of help number or something. As the student, I wonder if there's something we can do. I'm going to share the scores with those of you that are finished with this. And excuse me. All right, let's go over your answers. Mi mamá blank en la cocina. Would it be cocina, cocinas, cocino, or cocinar?
Cocinar.
It's actually cocina. Okay, because we're talking about she does something, right? And
Oh, yeah.
with the letter A. Okay, so then our next question. En el sofá, blank escucho música del inodoro, del baño, de la mesa, de la sala.
De la sala.
De la sala, right. In the couch of the living room, I listen to music. De la sala. All right. Blank se usa para cocinar. Well, this is 2 words. La alfombra, La estufa, el comedor, la sala. Which one of those?
El estufa.
It is la estufa. The stove is used to cook. Blank son muy bonitos. Los muebles, el comedor, el plato, la cocina. I made this hopefully a little easier.
Los muebles.
Los muebles. And the big tip off here, son is for a plural item. So the only thing that's plural is los muebles. Everything else is singular. Right, blank está encima de la mesa, la alfombra, la estufa, la lámpara, el refrigerador. Something is on top of the table. What works out of these four? Because three would definitely not work. You guys can just,
La lámpara.
which one?
Sí.
See, la lámpara, right, the lamps on the table, because a rug, a stove, and a refrigerator will not fit on top of the table. Okay, blank, el blank, la cocina sucia, sorry. El blank, la cocina sucia. Cocina limpia, baila seca.
Limpia.
Right, he cleans the dirty kitchen. Sucia means dirty, and notice it's an adjective, it comes after the noun cocina. Remember, our adjectives usually follow the nouns. He cleans the dirty kitchen. To blank el perro, we're using the verb pasear. Is it paseo, pasea, paseas, paseamos? Which one works for two?
Paseas.
Paseas, remember AS is the ending for two. And then we've got mi papá blank la ropa sucia. Lava, lavo, lavamos, lavas.
Lava.
Lava, right. My father washes the dirty clothes. Sucia, remember that's our word for dirty. All right. Very good. Now we're going to learn about New Year's Eve in some of the countries. Now I know we're almost to was it St. Patrick's Day, which is not celebrated in Spanish-speaking countries because they're not Irish in general. But so we have passed New Year's Eve by 3 months. So let's move on into this here. That says, how does your family celebrate New Year's Eve and or New Year and New Year's Eve? Says, tu familia tiene una costumbre específica para la víspera de Año Nuevo y la Noche Vieja. Does your family have a specific custom? Costumbre is not costume, it's custom for New Year's Eve or New Year's and New Year's Eve. Todos los países hispanos tienen diferentes tradiciones para la víspera del Año Nuevo. So all of these Hispanic countries have different traditions for New Year's Eve. Algunas familias usan múltiples costumbres de muchos países. Some families use multiple customs from many countries. Muchas personas have rituals para la buena suerte. So many people have good luck rituals para el dinero, for the money, y para la salud, and for the health. Okay, and in your lesson, if you were to click on this globe, it would give you the English translation. The reason that it's not given to you automatically, because they want you to look for words, context clues, look for words you know, okay? So in the Dominican Republic, we have Patricia. She says, hola amigos, mi nombre es Patricia y soy de la República Dominicana. Mi costumbre para la víspera del Año Nuevo es comer 12 uvas. So my custom for New Year's Eve is to eat 12 grapes. Esta costumbre se usa en la República Dominicana, España, y muchos otros países hispanos. This is a custom that's used in the Dominican Republic, Spain, and many other Hispanic countries. A mí me encanta la víspera del Año Nuevo porque comparto comida con mis amigos y mi familia. I love New Year's Eve because I share food with my friends and family. Yo decoro la sala de mi casa. I decorate the living room in my house. Y mi mamá cocina una cena grande para toda la familia. And my mother cooks a huge dinner for all the family. All right. Uruguay. Buenas noches, me llamo Carmelo. Tengo 12 años y soy de Uruguay. I'm 12 and I live in Uruguay. Me gustan las fiestas de la víspera de Año Nuevo. I love New Year's Eve parties. En Uruguay hay una costumbre de tirar agua por la ventana para limpiar el espíritu de las personas y para empezar el año bien. So in Uruguay, their custom is to throw water out a window to clean the spirit of people and to begin a good year. Mi mamá siempre tira agua por la ventana de la cocina a las 12 de la noche. My mom always throws water out the window at midnight. So it's kind of different. I hadn't heard of that before this lesson. Mexico, this one I think is kind of fun. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Irma y soy de Veracruz, México. En Veracruz, muchas personas tienen la costumbre de usar ropa para parecer de más edad para representar el año que termina. So in that city, Veracruz, many people use clothing that makes them seem older to represent the ending of a year. Otras personas usan ropa para parecer de menos edad y representar el año nuevo. Some people use clothing that makes them look younger to represent the new year that's starting. Esa costumbre fue cómica. A mi amiga Cecilia siempre le encanta parecerse al año que termina. So this is a funny custom. My friend Cecilia always likes to look old. Mi amiga Cecilia limpia la sala antes de prepararse. She cleans the living room before getting ready. So this one I think is really cute. You got these little babies dressed up like old ladies. And then of course you got the guy here dressed up like a baby because he's representing the new year. And that's in Mexico. The United States, Estados Unidos. Buenos días, mi nombre es Juan. Yo soy de Colombia, pero vivo en los Estados Unidos. I'm from Colombia, but I live in the US. En Estados Unidos es costumbre mirar los fuegos artificiales. It's a custom here to watch fireworks. Mi papá siempre limpia la casa. Mi mamá cocina la cena y comemos en familia. My father cleans the house, my mother cooks the food, and we eat as a family. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm from California, and in California, we did not do fireworks on New Year's Eve. That was not a thing until I moved to Florida.
Isn't fireworks like illegal in California or something? I don't really know for sure,
part
but
of-
like,
Well,
Oh, it's not.
the problem with fireworks in California, even on the 4th of July, is that it gets really dry there. And a lot of forest fires are sparked by fireworks and other things like that. I mean, they have massive forest fires in California because of the dryness. So yeah, when I was a kid, they would allow you to have fireworks on the 4th of July, but I think now they don't even allow that. So because of the dryness, it's just gotten really bad. All right, so we're gonna do a little climbing with this particular one, if it'll load up.
Isn't there like a nationwide drought or something?
Right now? No.
Like the Euphrates is drying up. That's not national.
Oh, that's not the US, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
about
it
that.
is.
But definitely not a drought in the West because they're getting massive snow. Very uncommon, but pick your characters, guys. It's very uncommon in California to get that much snow. Like 9 feet of snow. That just never happens. I mean, they get snow in the mountains, but to get 9 feet. Yeah. All right, so we've got 3 people in. We've got 16 more of you need to get into the game. 15 more. All right. Everybody pick the character. Don't be picky. And we're almost done with this lesson. Okay, I've got 11 of you in there. Anybody having trouble picking their character? Hopefully it will be going a little smoother, even for those of you who are having trouble today. All right, I'm gonna start it. You guys can still get in even when it started. I see there's 12 of you. Okay. Okay, so we're going over our customs in the United States. Which one is it? I was gonna say, growing up, the only custom we had for New Year's was, bang pots and pans on New Year's Eve, and then on New Year's Eve or New Year's morning, watch the Rose Bowl parade. Okay, remember what custom they use in Mexico? Yeah, remember dressing like an old person. That's a custom in Mexico. Okay, throwing water out a window in Uruguay. This can't hurt unless someone's below the window. Eating 12 grapes. All right, very good. Just out of curiosity, besides some of the customs they talked about for these Spanish-speaking countries, what do you guys do for New Year's Eve in your family?
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
Fireworks, okay,
Sitting around the campfire, eating marshmallows, or having a family barbecue.
okay.
We just eat like a turkey.
Okay. Now you do that for New Year's or Christmas?
Isn't that for Thanksgiving?
Well, in my
That's
family,
what I was about to say. So they do it
Christmas
for
dinner?
both. That's pretty cool.
You guys never heard of Christmas
Journey,
dinner?
what?
well, in
No, because I heard
Sunday
the
we
word
did.
Thanksgiving. I'm like, what?
Yeah. In my family, we have a turkey for Thanksgiving. I'll usually buy 2 turkeys. You know, when you go to Publix, you can get the cheap turkeys. I'll get 2 at a time. One for Thanksgiving, one for Christmas. We don't usually do anything as far as meals on New Year's unless maybe like special treats like brie and crackers or something.
We might have a bonfire. We didn't do it last year, but usually we just sit around and just catch up.
Yeah. All right. What about now? Some families here in the South will make is it the little I'm not from the South. This is why I'm having a mental midget moment here. The little beans. What are the little beans that they cook up? Black eyed peas, is it black eyed peas?
Yeah, black eyed peas. That's got to be what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they'll cook that. I'm not
I mean-
wild about eating those, so I don't even think of cooking them.
My family does it year round. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't do it specifically on a
Black-eyed
specific
peas,
day, but
yeah.
I do know some families who do it on that day.
right. So it's all for fun and luck, I guess, too. Customs. All right, so what did we learn today? We learned a little bit more about our AR, ER, and IR verbs. We learned about describing the rooms in our house, about foods and drinks, plans for party, things like that. There is a quiz for this lesson. Like I said, you will have an essay portion that'll talk about inside chores and outside chores. So you may want to go back over the lesson about the chores part. And then collaboration. Collaboration is not required, but if you want 40 easy extra points, then all you have to do is go to collaboration segment 2. Tell me you came to lesson 308 live lesson today, and what did you enjoy about working with others, and what did you learn? And that's it. That's all, folks. Does anybody have any questions or needs to stay for questions? I'm gonna get out of the Nearpod. All right, does anybody have any questions or need to stay for anything? All right.
I
You
think I
guys
can think of.
take off. We finished a little early today. Enjoy your
Alright.
Friday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a,
Bye.
see you next Friday.
Adios. Yes.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Mason, Noah, Rosella, do you guys have any questions? Need any help with anything? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the session.